Now that we have created the feature file, we want to go ahead and implement it in Python. So we don't have to completely start from scratch. We will copy some of the examples from the example folder into our test folder and rename it to the category. So we'll create a new folder called authentication and we'll copy all the contents. Just for reference, this is the scenario that we will be implementing. So if we go to our example folder, which is in the example category, we see all of this contents. As a general overview, we have a feature file, which is what we built in the last video. Has all of our gherkin steps and descriptions. As well, we have init.py. This can just be left blank on every single folder, but it needs to be there so that Python treats this like a package. And what that means is it allows us to access any other Python script in the repository. So just leave that blank and leave it in there. Then we have the conftest.py. This is a part of pytest, and it is where we will put any shared functions, shared steps, or fixtures. And keep in mind, there's also a conftest in the tests as well. That is for if we needed to share something not only between two tests in the same category, but two tests over the entire repository. Then we have the test-example.py file. Every scenario in our feature file will need its own test file. Keep in mind, it has to be prefixed with this test underscore, or else pytest will not run it. Keep in mind that there are a lot of comments in all of these files. They're just there to help you and walk you through the files and what's happening in the files. But after you've implemented this, you can go ahead and delete those comments just to save space and to keep it clean. So we're going to look at our authentication file and we'll see the scenario and all of our steps here. So we're going to go to our test example script. And we're going to first rename this. So we're going to keep that test prefix and we're going to rename it to the scenario title. So that's not required, but it keeps it nice and organized, especially if we have a lot of scenarios. So we'll just drag this over, and for each step here, we'll just copy and paste the text directly into this pytest-bdd statement. And for any ands, we will just copy what they actually turn into. So in this case, 2 givens and 2 whens. So after we copy and paste it in there, that'll tell Python, look directly under this decorator and use that function as our step. So we do this for every single statement. And then we will take a look here, and we actually have some shared functionality. So because that's shared and these other tests are already implemented, we don't actually have to implement those. So we'll just go ahead and delete those steps. And I'll go ahead and show you where those are implemented after we delete these. So we'll go ahead and see, there's a lot of shared functionality, the whens and the thens. And this is really a benefit of using this system, is having this sort of meta level overview. So we do need to keep the then because it's not shared anywhere else. And because we'll keep the then, we really want to rename it. So here's the conf test that I said I was going to show you earlier. You can see this is where the shared steps are already implemented. So pytest will just look in there to see where it is. So we'll rename, like I said, the function name. And it's not required, but it's recommended that it be the same as the step just to keep it similar. And the cleanup step is already implemented as well, as we can see in the conf test. So we don't actually have to use the cleanup step, implement the cleanup step, but we will put it inside of the scenario. So that basically just tells pytest to run that cleanup step afterward. And for this specific cleanup step, it is parameterized. As you can see here, we parameterize it with the lockout account, what account to unlock. So that statement mark.parameterize is simply letting us know that the doctor account will be unlocked. Here's the CVSS score. We don't really have to change much. The only thing we're going to change in this CVSS score is the availability, because if this test fails, that means our system is not available. So we'll scroll down and we can do the base metrics of availability and set those to high for the vulnerable system and the subsequent system. And if you want any more information about CVSS, you can visit the link. So then we fill in the scenario feature file name as well as the text directly from the scenario, and that'll link up this. And keep in mind, the test has to start, the function has to start with prefix test, so Python knows to run it. Not the file, but the specific scenario function. We'll import the page element here to implement this. And then we'll import the base URL just because that's needed. Whenever you're moving all this stuff, you have to keep in mind what needs to be imported, what doesn't need to be imported. And after all of that, we have successfully implemented this into Python. And now you should be able to do the same. So just follow the same steps of filling in all the pytest decorators, then seeing what's actually needed to be shared and what's not, and then go through and implement it all, and make sure you rename the function names to be the proper names and to have any necessary cleanup steps. And then keep in mind both the file name and the scenario function name both need to start with the prefix test underscore, or else Python will not run it. So once you have everything scaffolded, you should be good. Now you can go to the next video to see how to actually run these tests.